German ingenuity during World War II proved more than troublesome for the Allies and the Soviets. We see it in many examples of vehicles made throughout the war, but in this video, I'm teaching you about a specific light vehicle, and quite possibly the very first infantry fighting vehicle ever made. Whether you're a history buff, someone who likes tanks, or even just mildly interested, you will come out of this video having learned something new. Join me today as we learn about the Sd Kfz 234, including its famous variant, the Puma. In 1940, German army planners issued a requirement for a new series of 8x8 armored cars. This new series was to be based on the previous Sd Kfz 231 series, featuring a monocoque hull and an engine better suited for hotter climates, such as those in Africa. The vehicle was developed by Busing NAG, which had several other firms under its control. The basic hull and chassis of this vehicle was known as the Ark, and it was delivered in July of 1941. However, the original engine proved to be troublesome, leading to the installation of a brand new engine. Although the vehicle was intended for use in North Africa, the Axis campaign ended in defeat in 1943. This setback slowed the project's progress until 1944, when the first tropical version of the vehicle was delivered. This new series was designated as a Schroer Panzerpaywagen Sd Kfz 234. The Sd Kfz 234 series was a significant improvement over its predecessor, the Sd Kfz 231. It featured a more streamlined design with a lower profile, thicker armor, increased fuel storage, and a more powerful engine. These enhancements led many to consider it the best all-around vehicle of its type during World War II. Despite these changes, many mechanical attributes were carried over from the Sd Kfz 231 to the 234. The 234 had a futuristic and complex design reminiscent of something from a science fiction universe. It was designed as a reconnaissance vehicle capable of quickly entering and exiting enemy territory while also returning fire if necessary. Although made from expensive and complex parts, making it harder to manufacture, the vehicle's utility ensured continued production. The Sd Kfz 234-2 Puma variant highlights the series' capabilities. It had 8 large wheels, 4 on each side, rather than a half-track design with 2 wheels and tracks like its predecessors. The vehicle also had 10 storage compartments, 5 on each side, typically used to carry extra fuel and supplies. The crew consisted of 4 members, and the vehicle weighed nearly 12 tons when in action. It measured 19 foot 8 inches in length, 7 foot 6 inches in width, and 7 foot 9 inches in height. Powered by a Tatra Model 103 air-cooled 210 horsepower diesel engine, it could reach a road speed of 53 miles per hour and a cross-country speed of 19 miles per hour. Its operational range was 625 miles on roads and 350 miles cross-country, and it could efficiently traverse water up to nearly 4 feet deep. There were 4 basic versions of the Sd Kfz 234, and by the end of the war, 2,300 of these vehicles had been produced since production began in 1943. The Sd Kfz 234-1 variant served as a commander's vehicle, equipped with a 20mm KWK-30 or KWK-38 cannon inside an open-top turret. It also featured a coaxial MG42 on top and a wire mesh covering to prevent grenades from being thrown inside. Unlike the 234-1, the 234-2 Puma had a large closed turret housing a 50mm KWK-39-1 gun. This turret was initially intended for the Leopard tank, which was never produced. The success of the Puma led to the turrets being used exclusively for it instead. The Puma was deployed in large numbers against the Soviets, who increasingly used tanks for reconnaissance. Its turret had an excellent ballistic shape, causing poorly aimed shots to simply bounce off. It also retained the coaxial MG42 on top. The 234-3 variant was developed as a tank hunter, replacing the main turret with a short 75mm KWK-51 tank gun, similar to the one used in the previous tank hunter, the Sd Kfz 233. Introduced late in the war, this version was directly ordered to be made by Hitler, who, at this time, was meddling in vehicle armaments like he was with everything else. Also ordered by Hitler, the 234-4 variant was essentially a Puma fitted with a Pak-40 anti-tank gun. Due to the gun's size, the turret was open-topped. Although only a few were made, they were so effective that they were immediately put into operational use, with some even being captured by the British. This vehicle was essentially just a Puma with a Pak-40 slapped right on top. The Sonderkraftversuch 234 series, with its 4 distinct variants, proved to be a versatile and formidable component of the German armored forces during World War II. Each variant was tailored for specific roles that maximized its combat effectiveness. The 234-1 served as a command and reconnaissance vehicle, using its 20mm cannon and open-top turret to provide quick response and support in skirmishes. This variant was used in the role of what we now know as IFVs, or infantry fighting vehicles, and in my opinion, it was the very first one to ever be made. The 234-2 Puma, known for its closed turret and 50mm gun, excelled in both reconnaissance and direct engagements, offering superior firepower and armor penetration, making it particularly effective against Soviet armor. It would consistently destroy Soviet tanks and also be able to take a hit, sometimes bouncing a hit off, allowing for it to continue the fight. The Puma was so effective that during the 1945 reorganization of German industry, it remained unchanged in its production. The 234-3 was designed as a tank hunter, equipped with a short-barreled 75mm gun to take on enemy armor with high-impact firepower. It was used to give fire support to the other more lightly armed 234s. Other than this and the fact that it did its job, I couldn't find much more on it though. Lastly, the 234-4 featured a potent Pak-40 anti-tank gun, making it a lethal adversary capable of challenging even the heaviest enemy tanks. I again couldn't find much on this one, but we do know that these were so effective when they were first used that the Germans continued to make more until the very end of the war. We can infer this meant it took down a good few tanks. Collectively, these variants enabled the Sonderkraftversuch 234 series to perform a variety of tactical roles, proving its adaptability and effectiveness in the diverse combat scenarios of the war. The Sonderkraftversuch 234 variants, especially the Puma, was a pivotal asset for the German military during World War II, embodying a blend of speed, firepower, and armor that made it one of the most effective reconnaissance vehicles of its time. Its design allowed for rapid maneuvers across varied terrains, providing vital intelligence and support to German forces. The Puma's combination of a robust 50mm gun and advanced engineering ensured it could engage effectively with enemy units while remaining agile enough to retreat or reposition as needed. Despite the complexity and cost of its production, the Puma's exceptional performance and reliability in combat underscored its importance on the battlefield, highlighting its role in shaping reconnaissance strategies and influencing armored vehicle design long after the war. Everybody loves this one, myself included. It's honestly just a really cool vehicle, and so I hope you learned something in this video. I have been Pigspoo. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Bye!